What if I told you we generated $4.1 million in profits on $1.9 million equity investments? No speculations, no shortcuts. Just a disciplined approach to buying land, designing, building, leasing, and refinancing a real asset in Venice Beach, California. Let me walk you through exactly how we did it so you can see the playbook for yourself. We started with a rare infill lot in Venice Beach. On that land, we built 2 high-end homes, 8 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms in total, with quality finishes in one of the strongest coastal rental markets in the United States. From day one, the strategy was straightforward. Build efficiently, lease to a strong operator, and then refinance based on income the property produces. To understand why the returns look the way they do, you need to see how we built. I come from a construction background, not just a finance background. That means our models are grounded in real material costs, real labor rates, and realistic schedules, not wishful thinking. We use an in-house architect to design projects that are attractive for residents, but also development friendly and cost efficiently. In practice, this means clean structural lines that keeps framing and engineering under control. It means floor plans that maximize usable and rental areas. It means finishes and materials that we know we can source reliably from long-term suppliers we've worked with across multiple projects. Our architect, construction team, and asset management team all sit in the same office. Every design decision is made with everyone at the table. If a detail impacts cost, schedule, or future income, it gets addressed the same day instead of bouncing between different firms for weeks. Most projects don't lose money because the idea was bad. They lose money quietly during construction. What protects us is the vertical integration and the relationships we built over many years. We have a consistent group of subcontractors who understands our standards and the way we like to work. We have a material suppliers who prioritize us and give us a better pricing because they know we're repeat buyers. We have working relationships with the city officials and inspectors that have been built project by project. That structure helps us minimize surprise change orders, reduce delays, and keep the project close to the original budget and timeline. Those details don't show up in the glossy photos, but they flow directly into the returns our investors see. Once the homes were completed, we executed the core of the strategy. We leased the property to a reputable co-living operator at around $29,000 per month on master lease. The single decision turned the property into a stabilized income asset with predictable cash flows. So instead of dealing with many individual tenants, we had one professional operator on the other side of the lease. And very importantly, he created an income profile that the lenders and appraisers could clearly underwrite. Now let's talk about what that meant for the investor returns. Here are the approximate numbers. Investor equity was about $1.9 million, but roughly a $2 million construction loan. Based on the income from the master lease, the property supported a valuation of about $8 million. With that income in place, we refinanced the property at around $8 million valuation. With the proceeds from the refinance, we paid off the original construction loan, returned all $1.9 million of investor equity, and generated roughly about $4.1 million of the profits for investors over the life of the deal. In total, investors received about $6 million back on a roughly $1.9 million invested. In practical terms, that's about 3.16x equity multiple, and roughly 216% total profits on invested capital. If we spread out that profit on simple non-company basis, it works out to around 53.9% average annual returns. Our internal rate of return basis, depending on the exact timing of the distributions, is approximately 33 to 34% IRR. So to summarize the economics in plain English, about $1.9 million in, about $6 million back, roughly $4.1 million in profit, a little over 3x equity multiple, or over 216% ROI. So could someone copy this approach? In theory, yes. The steps are clear. Find the right infill lands in a strong location. Design with an in-house architect for approvals and buildability. Use a vertical integrated development and construction team to control cost and time. Leverage long-term relationships with subcontractors, suppliers, and the city. Lease the finished assets to a quality co-living operator at around $29,000 per month on master lease. Then refinance based on the stabilized income to return capital and realize profits. You can write down those steps. The hard part is everything underneath them. The team, the systems, the local knowledge, the experience, and the capital disciplines to execute that playbook repeatedly without cutting corners. If you already have a successful career or business, building this entire platform from scratch is essentially another full-time job. Architects, contractors, lenders, operators, city relationships. That's what we live in every day. You absolutely can try to replicate what we've done here. I've just walked you through the main elements and the actual numbers. Or you can decide that instead of building this machine yourself, you'd rather have your capital work with a team that already has a construction-led mindset, an in-house design capabilities, a vertical integrated development and construction platform, and deep local relationships built over many projects. We focus first on the risk management and disciplined executions, and let the returns follow from there. It doesn't remove risk. Every investment carries risk, including potential loss of capital, but it shapes how we underwrite, how we build, and how we make decisions. So if you are an accredited investor and you want results like this, strong real estate-backed returns without managing developments yourself, you really have two options. You can build the entire infrastructure on your own, or you can invest alongside a team that already does this every day.